It's a special privilege to be sitting here with His Grace Akura Prabhu, and he already gave us such a wonderful synopsis of this concept of Ananya Bhakti, unalloyed devotional service. And a lot of questions also came out: how to do it, what does Krishna actually want? These are good questions. How do we know what Krishna wants? The answer was very nice also. Just ask Gopikant Prabhu, Kalini Gopikant Priya Mataji. Just ask them. Why should we ask them? What makes them so qualified? That's also a good question. Because they have nice names. Yeah, how did you get this nice Gopikanta Das name? Oh, because Gurudev is given. Guru Maharaj is given. Oh, who is the Guru Maharaj? Oh, he's the most beloved disciple of his co-founder Acharya A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. His own is Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. Oh, and who is A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj? Oh, he's a disciple of Bhakti Siddhanta. Oh, who's Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur Maharaj? Like that you go on, disciple of. If you keep asking enough times, you'll come to Krishna. Now, who is Krishna? Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. On what authority can you say? But why? What gives Shastra authority? Why should I choose this book over another book? You should always ask why until the person in front of you gets completely irritated. Or the person in front of you gives you a satisfying answer. Try not to be irritating. That's not the goal. The goal is that you get a satisfying answer. You see, so this concept of unalloyed devotion. First of all, we have to understand why we want to worship Krishna. Why Krishna? Because Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God, Bhagavan. How do we know Krishna is Bhagavan? It says Shastra. Okay, so Shastra is just one book. But it's not just ordinary book. Bhagavad Gita, have you read Bhagavad Gita? Everybody who's not read any part of Bhagavad Gita? Anyone has? In Bhagavad Gita, whenever Krishna speaks, it is said, Shri Krishna Uvacha, right? No. He said, Shri Bhagavan directly. We know he's talking about Krishna. But why did he say Bhagavan? When Arjuna speaks, does he say Shri Bhagavan Uvacha? Little Bhagavan Uvacha? No. He said Arjuna Uvacha. The opening word of Bhagavad Gita is what? Dhritarashtra. Did he say Bhagavan? No, Dhritarashtra Uvacha. Sanjaya Uvacha. Arjuna Uvacha. But when Krishna speaks, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Is there any Hindu in this world who say, I don't believe in Bhagavad Gita? No. Bhagavad Gita means Krishna. Krishna is Bhagavan, very clear. And Krishna in Gita also says, those who worship anybody else, they are confused. Their intelligence is stolen. So, if you are a Hindu, you accept Bhagavad Gita, then you have to follow everything. That's why he says, Bhajate Maam Ananya Bhak. Ananya means unalloyed. You know the meaning of this word alloy? You know what is alloy? Where does it come from? This is a science called metallurgy. Metallurgy is the science of making compound metals. You know this kartals we're playing? This nice beautiful sound or bell? What metal is that? Brass. And brass is made of which two metals, do you know? Copper and zinc. Copper and zinc, you get brass. If you mix them in the right proportion, copper and zinc, you get. So the brass is not a pure metal, it is alloy. It's a mixture of two things. Bronze. You heard of bronze? Bronze is made of two metals, copper and tin. Steel. Is steel a pure metal? No, it's made of what? Iron and? This one very few people know.
Nickel.
It's not metal. Carbon. Iron and carbon. It's hard to combine carbon with iron. But somehow people figured it out. That's like, it's very expensive. But there is also mixed. So these combinations are useful. They make metals that we can use, but they are no longer pure. If you're a jeweler buying gold in India, you know the value of purity. Yeah? How many carats is pure gold? 24 karat gold is considered 100% pure with no alloys. Here, no jewelry in American made jewelry, you'll never find 24 karat gold. Impossible. Best you'll find 22. So the more it's mixed, the lower its purity. Now think of it spiritually. Unalloyed bhakti means pure devotion to Krishna. Like Prabhuji mentioned, we are praying to Krishna to give us unalloyed bhakti means, unalloyed means I only want to love you with no tinge of selfishness. It is bhakti that is not diluted by material success, karma. It is not contaminated by intellectual pride, jnana. It is not clouded by the hope of some ability to influence people, or for even liberation, moksha. It's not mixed with the ego or fear or desire even to feel good. It is just to please Krishna, nothing else. See? So unalloyed bhakti, what is the verse? Anya bilashita shunyam. Shunya means what? Zero. Anya means other abhilasha, other motivations. Have you heard of this spray called PAM?
Yes.
It's sprayed on the pan, and you can have saute your vegetables in it. And it says no fat, fat-free frying. Yeah? And it's one spray bottle you get. And now, what is the ingredient in that? It's actually oil. Now, oil is 100% fat. How is it fat-free? No, you have to read what is the serving size. You have to spray only half a second, like this. You spray more than half a second, then there's fat. So it's only zero fat if you take very little. So even those claims of shunya, in this world you will not find anything pure. So the modern devotees, how can we relate to this? Prabhuji was saying about that person who's getting engaged. That was an amazing story, Half laddu now, later you come and say, Engagement is about to happen. I mean, I've said yes. But say marriage, right? If after marriage the spouse says, I'm only going to stay if you keep giving me gifts every week, where's I'm going? Even if the person can afford it, what is the motivation of that person, right? If the man says, you keep giving me one gift every week, then only I'll stay. Otherwise I'm going. That's not true love. Bhakti is like a loving marriage, not a business deal. In fact, Krishna sometimes tests his devotees. You know little boy Dhruv Maharaj? Dhruv Maharaj, he did so much tapasya. When he did tapasya for pleasing Krishna, actually his motivation was that he'll get a kingdom, become very powerful, get a kingdom greater than his grandfather. You know who his grandfather? Lord Brahma. His grandfather. His father was the king, but his grandfather was Lord Brahma. His father was Manu. Manu's father is. So imagine his motivation was so big. Then Lord Vishnu actually appeared in front of him, and he touched him with his conch shell, and that purified him completely. Even though his original motivation was materialistic, when he saw the Lord, he became so pure. And he started offering prayers, my Lord, I'm seeing you now, I feel so sorry that I had other desires. He became, because of blessing of the Lord, Anya Bilashita Shunyam. And then the Lord, to prove to the world the effect, he asked, so what do you want? I'll give you anything you want. And then Dhruva Maharaj said, my Lord, now that I have you, you have the diamond. And initially I was looking for broken glass. The word in Sanskrit uses kacham. You know kach? Kach means glass. It's come from Sanskrit. But you are the diamond, you are Ratna. So those are blessed by the Lord get to see, even though initially they may be motivated by material things. So it's okay if initially what brings us to Krishna is Om Jai Chitte Nota Hare. But if that motivation brought you to Krishna, Krishna's devotees, those who are exemplary devotees, you got Gopikan Prabhu, the leaders who are living examples of how to show us what Prabhupada taught. Then whatever brought us to Krishna, even if it was selfish, it falls off. So who are the devotees who will succeed in this Anya Bilashita Shunya? Those who put enough intensity on the path. There's a very beautiful verse in the second canto. Akama sarvakamo va mokshakama udaradhi tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param. So it says, whether you have no desires, akama, or you're full of all material desires, I want this thing, that thing, everything I want. Akama sarvakama, or I just want relief from this. I've had enough pain. I want to get out of here. I want relief. Mokshakama. If you have good brain substance, generous endowment of brain substance, udar means generous. Generously stuffed dhi. Dhi is short for buddhi. If you have generous amount of buddhi, udaradhi, then what will you do? You will do bhakti yoga, but how? Tivrena, intensely. Not half-hearted, not a pastel, little bit. No, intense, everything. Even if you have material desires, it doesn't matter. Because Krishna's presence in that intensity will purify those. That's why the gold, if there is some impurities in it, but the goldsmith knows to put it where? In the fire. And the fire burns off even alloyed impurities. But that fire means Tivra Bhakti, intense. How can you do intense? You chant more. Okay, I'm chanting 16 rounds. Then what? Quality. Exactly. See, there may be a limit to quantity, because how many hours there in the day? 24 hours. Maximum you can chant 24 hours. But there is no limit to how much quality you can put into every mantra. There is no limit to how many tears you can cry. Only limited by how much water you can drink. Isn't it? You cry tears for the Lord, then you have to cry for the right reason. So that's why if you follow the guidance of devotees who are in line of Krishna, the lineage, the lineage is unbroken from Krishna. You see, the line is all the way there. These great divine personalities, they are practicing Tivra Bhakti. They have shown us how to practice Tivra Bhakti, unalloyed. That is the club we want to enter. Not another group that pretends to follow Krishna Bhakti and then they do other things half-heartedly. No mixtures. We want pure devotion. So because we want pure happiness. So we do intensely. Tivrena Bhakti Yogena Yajeta Purusham Param. Only worship Krishna, nobody else. Mere to Giridhar Gopal. Everybody knows, right? Second line is what? Why she says that? Dusro na koi. Mirabai intentionally says Dusro na koi. Because some people think Giridhar Gopal bhi hai, is taraf Sai Baba bhi hai, wo Baba bhi hai. No. Dusro na koi. That's it. Exclusive. Even Krishna says, Bhajate mam anantya bhak. Sadhureva samantavya samyak bhavasito hisa. That even if by mistake you did something very bad, but if you do ananya bhakti, then you are sadhu. Therefore, our goal is to chant. But like Prabhuji was saying, after chanting your 4 rounds, the 16 rounds, how do you feel? How do you feel? You feel satisfied? Anybody else? How many people feel relief? Okay, I'm finished. Be honest. You feel, right? Sometimes. Sometimes you feel, 16 rounds finished, now I can do anything I want. It's true. But are you really, I mean you're saying it, but do you really feel it? Do you feel fully satisfied after chanting a 16 rounds?
It's not like what I feel once finished, it finishes only the mala, but not finishes the mala.
Yes, but do you feel satisfied? That's the question in your heart. Momentum will be there, you'll continue chanting, but are you
I
feeling?
feel unsatisfied when it stops.
No, but do you feel satisfied?
I only feel unsatisfied.
Yes, no, while you're chanting, do you feel satisfied? See, that's the question.
When I stop, I get unsatisfied.
Right.
I don't feel satisfied.
Right, so that means while you're chanting, you're feeling satisfied?
No.
Yes, see, that's the point. That is the point.
When I stop, it gives a lot of unsatisfaction.
How many tears are you crying when you're chanting?
That I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Don't count them. Do you feel any tears at all?
don't
Sometimes.
know, but
No, you should know, right?
I don't know. It goes.
You feel good? You feel good when you chant.
When it stops.
No, not when you stop. When you're chanting, does it feel good? It feels good. If you feel bad when you stop, that means you're feeling good when you started, right? Naturally, because Krishna's contact is pleasing to the soul. Now, the purification effect happens to the degree we turn to Krishna. Ye yadhamam prapadyante tam sadheva jamyaham. To the degree you turn to me, to that degree, right? Now we start going with the half laddu and giving up a little bit, one bundi at a time, to build up our half laddu. The faster you give that your half laddu to Krishna, the more your love will be complete. You see? And not even a tinge of selfishness. How can there be selfishness? Even in spiritual world, or in the spiritual stories we hear that there are grades of devotees. And the highest grade of devotees is who? The Radharani and the other gopis. She is the head of the gopis. And the other gopis, they are the quintessential devotees, the purest, the highest. Aradhya Bhagavan Vajeshitanaya Tattva Vrindavan Ramya Kali Upasana Vrajavadhu. The highest kind of devotion is that practiced by gopis. Why not the queens of Dwarka? They are also married to Krishna. They are also very intimate and close with Krishna. Why their name is not in that highest list? I'll tell you a story. One day, Narada Muni came to Krishna. He says, why the queens don't get the same level of glory that the gopis get? I mean, you're talking about Rukmini, who's the Mahalakshmi herself, and Satyabhama, and who the others? Jambavati, yes, Naganajiti, Lakshmana, there's so many. 16,000, long list. Why they not get? Krishna says, I won't tell you, I'll show you. So tell them that Krishna is having a big headache. You know this headache story, right? And tell the queens that Krishna has a headache and nothing is working. You try Tylenol, Advil, nothing's working. Only one remedy is there, that you take the dust from the lotus feet of the queens or the devotees and you give that to Krishna, he'll put on his head, rub in his head, and his headache is gone away. You do that to the queens, you go to all of them. Narada went to the queens. He said, Krishna has a major headache, it's really bad. Nothing is working, only this dust is going to work. So you please, because you're great devotees of the Lord, you please give the dust from your lotus feet and you'll rub it in his head. He said, no, dust we can't give, not from our feet. You know how much offensive that is? He's our Lord, He's our Master. How big offense that will be. For that offense, we will be thrown directly into the fires of hell. No. It's obvious. We can't even, every time we offer some food, we have to bow down 50 times and make sure everything, pankha and everything is there. Imagine offering a dust on his head. That's the worst offense. We'll go straight to hell. Narad said, okay. He went to Krishna. Krishna said, okay, now we tell the same thing to the gopis. So he went to Vrindavan and the gopis are crying. Why crying? Oh, we're missing Krishna very much. Oh, we love him so much. I don't know, we don't have any love, but somehow we miss him very much. He's so humble. You know, Krishna has a headache. Oh my God, really? What can we do? Oh, Krishna says, if you give the dust from your lotus feet, then his headache will go away. He said, immediately take, come, I'll give you bag, everything. How much do you need? All the gopis started scraping the dust from under their feet and putting in a bag and giving to Narad Muni. And Narad is like, aren't you afraid that this is offensive? Yeah, we know it's offensive. It's the most offensive thing, but we'll do it. But don't you know we're going to go to hell for this? Yeah, we will welcome the hell. Because if by me burning in hell, Krishna's headache is gone, then I will burn gladly. Then Narad Muni saw, yes, the gopis, it's called unalloyed. Not even a tinge to what will happen to me. Krishna must be pleased at all costs. And if it is the cost of my discomfort, even better. That is the point of Anya Bhilashita Shunya. Not like the Pam spray that, it's not really zero fat. No. The gopi is zero milavat. No milavat. Pure ghee is there, but then there are fillers and additives. And we don't want that. We want pure ghee. Pure ghee means no coloring, no added flavor, no added volumizer, no added soybean oil to add more fat, nothing. Pure ghee from cows. This is called Anyapilashishanya. Prabhupada said, the person who's selling the milk, the sweets with pure ghee, the sweets will cost so much more than the other guy's shop, who's selling with dalda ghee and other things. He's frying in just, canola oil something. Bundi laddu made in canola oil has its own different charm. Krishna doesn't want so pure ghee. So the guy is selling everything cooked in pure ghee. It will cost 10 times much, but the line is also 10 times longer because of the real stuff here. People will pay. They will pay. Why? Because he knows this is trustworthy. So Krishna, he doesn't tolerate low grade. You can come with the wrong motivation, but you stay. Krishna says 4 kinds of people come to me, right? Who are the 4 kinds of people who come to me? They are pious people. He says they are pious. Who are they? Artha, Jignesh, Artha, Jnana, Bharatarsha. 4 kinds of people who come. Are those devotees who come with those 4 kinds of motivations, are they Sakama Bhaktas? Sakama means one who has material desires. Are they considered Sakama Bhaktas? What would you answer? Yes, you're saying yes. Anybody says no? There's one purport in the Bhagavatam. Prabhupada says these are not Sakama Bhaktas. What? He says it. These are not Sakama Bhaktas. What do you mean they're not? This is the definition of Sakama Bhakta. He says no, they're not, because they're pious and coming to Krishna, and they're just come, but once they see and taste Krishna, they remain in Krishna consciousness. That was just some means for them to come. Then who are the Sakam Bhaktas? Sakam Bhaktas are those who don't have that much piety. They do come to Krishna for these things, but as soon as they get it, they go back. They don't keep staying with Krishna. That is Sakam Bhakta. But these ones, Krishna said, they stay with me. It's very interesting. I was very surprised to see that purport Prabhupada wrote. So that's my point, is that even if you brought some other motivation, doesn't matter. Of course, there's gradation. Krishna says of these 4 kinds, my favorite are the Jnanis. Right? You want to say that? I should say it. No, I should say it. Okay, I'll say it. This one devotee, I told him, the 4 kinds of devotees, the favorite are the Jnanis. And he became so happy. He smiled. How come? Yeah, because he's from Guyana. We are Guyanese. So Guyanese are his favorite, So happy. The Gyanis are his favorite. Why Gyani is the favorite? Because they don't have that selfishness. But still the other three are not discounted. They still become devotees. Like Dhruv Maharaj became a great devotee. See? That's why it doesn't matter kama, sarva kama, va, moksha kama. Main thing, come to Krishna. Don't go anywhere else. Second thing, stay with Krishna. Third thing, stay under the guidance of those on the path of pure devotional service, the leaders who we have here. Gopikant Prabhu, who are themselves purifying themselves by their own intense practice, themselves also studying, but they're also teaching. You see, professors in universities, they're also studying. But they've been studying for 40, 50 years, they're still studying. They're reading more books, doing more research, so much. They are students in one way, but they are also big professors. So that is everybody's job. Study and share. More you share, the more you learn. You'll know better because you try to explain to others. So study at any level. Even when a first grader tries to explain it to another person, that first grader makes progress. Then you go to second grade, third grade, like that. So learn to share, learn to absorb, and we'll all become, eventually stay in the fire, our gold will become pure gold, 24 carats. Thank you very much for your attention, for your time. Shri Prabhupada ki jai.